Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we are coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. And we're going to stay in the state of Michigan right now, but we're going to cover most of it, as a matter of fact, as Alan Seelenbinder joins us. He's the Senior Vice President and Divisional Sales Executive at Bank of America. And I have to say, we spent a lot of good time with Matt Elliott and Renee Taven up at the policy conference. You work with some really fine people.
Well, thank you. Yes, we were very proud of them and glad that we had good representation there.
Yeah, it certainly did. So let's talk a little bit, because recently you guys just kind of let out to the public the Homebuyer Insights Report. Tell us a little bit about some of the key findings there, Alan.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much for the time today. I would say that the Homebuyer Insight Report is something we've done for several years now, and many times we do that more than once a year. Try to get information from both renters and current homeowners to get a pulse on what is going on across the country. And then we segment it into individual geographic areas like Michigan as a whole. So one of the things that's a little bit different pre-pandemic, everybody talks about pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, and in the pandemic, right? And so if you think about the real estate market today, quite a bit different than what it was in 2018, 2019. Significant changes in inventory, obviously significant changes in interest rates. But one of the things I found, two things that I found very interesting about this Homebuyer Insight Report. First, during the pandemic, in our Homebuyer Insight Report, we actually found that many people wanted to be mobile. There was a lot of the younger generation that did not want to get tied down to an individual property. They didn't want the benefits of home ownership because they wanted to be mobile. They wanted to be their own boss. They wanted to call the shots, and many of them wanted to be in urban areas. That has changed dramatically. This Insight Report shows almost 70% of the under 40 years old people that we interviewed are willing and able to purchase a property regardless of what the market conditions are, because they determine it's more of a priority. Now, this goes back generations, right? Generationally ago, 67%, everybody wanted to be homeowners. We have not seen that number in several years. So I found that very, very interesting. And they're more than willing to continue to use social media, use a lot of the digital tools to search for homes, and willing to look at a variety of different homes. Some of the population isn't necessarily concentrated in large urban high-rise areas anymore. It's amazing the amount of people that have moved out and want land, they want space. And I frequently talk about, this is a little bit different, but you talk about home equity lines of credit. We've been the leader in that for a long time, but everybody, just like we're doing a Zoom call now, everybody lets people into their home at a unique rate that we've never done before. So you let people into your personal life through business that you didn't have. And so that's a big choice in what type of home they want and what type of space.
It's kind of interesting, because I was going to ask you the demographic of who was doing this and who was hesitant, right? Because there are groups that are still a little hesitant to buy homes. This is, I think, really fascinating, because you haven't been through as many of these cycles as I have, but it is cyclical. It is, people want to be mobile and they don't want to buy, and then they want to buy and they don't want to be mobile. Now we're allowing them to buy and still be mobile through Zoom.
Exactly. They can be mobile. They can do a variety of different things. You mentioned about who is hesitant. Right now, we have an interesting dynamic, and this is timely, especially in Michigan. We look at Michigan year over year, we are down 30% in listings that are available homes for sale. And that continues to be very tight inventory, not only because prices went up, prices have pretty much plateaued, they leveled off. However, the big change is with interest rates. People have interest rates currently on a home that is 2 or 3%. And now they're looking at, okay, I'm going to move up. I'm going to pay 25% more for basically the same home. I'm going to have to put some improvements in it, and I'm going to pay 6% on a mortgage. So the overall affordability changes. So therefore, they don't put their homes on the market. So those that are hesitant to buy are actually current homeowners, probably more in the baby boomer generation, a little bit of the Gen X. But what we see, the aggressive buying habits are in the millennials, the Gen Zs, and even the Gen Ys that are out there.
It's kind of interesting because there is a statistical shortage of home buying opportunity. There aren't that many homes, but the cost of building right now is making all builders pretty hesitant to start building those homes.
Right. We've solved some of the supply chain issues that were out there. So we're not seeing those as many. You saw, I believe, last month, a record number in Michigan of new building permits being pulled. So we're going to continue to see the housing inventory go up and new homes. However, on the flip side, a couple months ago, you saw the largest decrease in home buying contracts that were canceled for new homes. So they had entered into a home contract and they canceled it before it was completed. Now, part of that is due to the inflation in the interest rate and how much it was going to be for them to actually purchase it. But there are other factors in that as well. So overall, very strong home buying atmosphere that is out there. It's the access to those assets that is the challenging part.
We just have to get the ducks in the right order right now. Alan Seelenbinder, Senior Vice President and Divisional Sales Executive at Bank of America. Thanks for joining us, my friend. I appreciate the update.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You too. We're going to be right back on the Michigan Business Beat. You're watching it on the Michigan Business Network.